everyone. Today we are going to do LeetCode Daily Challenge Subset 2. Basically, this question is about that we are given with an integer array that may contain duplicates, return all the possible subsets, that is the power set. Basically, in this question, what we need to do is that we would be given an array and then we need to return the power set of that particular array. And it is also mentioned that we do not need to return any duplicate subsets, and the subset could be in any order. That is the way here it is 1, it could be here also, or it could be here also, means in place of 2. So that's why it could be in any order. Now the thing is that how we need to approach this question. Basically, this question is simply, it could be done using any iterative method, or it could be also done using recursive method. And in that we could also use by doing it with backtracking also in that recursive method only. But today I would like to tell you about the method in which we involve bit masking. So for that, how we need to proceed is like as in the first example only, we are given with array 1, 2 in 2, right? So what we will be doing is we will be simply having one counter the way here I have done. So what we need to do is that we will be having the counter, and the counter value would be simply from 0 to 2 raised to power n minus 1. So our counter value would be going till this. And why we have taken this value 2 raised to power n minus 1? So here it is given that we need to find out the power set. And in mathematical terms, if we take that what is the formula for a power set, that how many sets would be there. So basically there are 2 raised to power n sets in a particular power set, and here n is the number of elements in that particular array. So there would be total 2 raised to power n elements in that particular power set. So that's why we are taking a counter which will be from 0 to 2 raised to power n minus 1, basically 2 raised to power n only. So our power set would be of size 2 raised to power n. So that's why we are taking this counter as this value. So now comes the part that how we would be using this counter for making our answer, means answer to our power set. So in that case, what we will be doing is that we will be checking the set bit and simply doing AND with the present counter value, we could get the number which should be there. So how we will be doing is like, say we have the counter value as 3. Then we would be having 3 values. So we will be taking one more loop, like here. First, what we are doing is we are simply taking a loop which will be filling our power set, means the vector of vector int, which is the return type of this function. So we need to take vector of vector int, basically 2D vector here, and we need to fill it. So for that only we are taking this loop, basically filling our power set. Now next thing, as this is vector of vector, so as plus C++ syntax, we would be requiring one more vector which need to be filled in that particular vector of vector. So that's why we will be taking this vector of int temp. I've named it as temp vector. Then we would be simply running a loop, and this loop would be from 0 to n, and here n is the number of elements present in our input array. And this loop would be doing our main work, that is, it will be simply doing AND with the set bit at that particular time. Means whenever we are having j value as 0, and presently I have taken this example that when our counter value is equal to 3, means all the 0, 1, 2, they have already been done. Now when we take counter value as 3, so at that point, then it comes to j equal to 0, and it will be going till 2, because I am taking this example where the size of the array is simply 3. So our j will be simply from 0 to 2. When j value is 0, at that point, our counter value will be simply 0, right? And when we do AND with that, and what we are doing is one let shift operator j, what this will be doing is it will be simply doing 2 raised to power j, and here j is 0. Means when we are left shifting something, it simply said to 2 raised to power and that particular variable to its power. Means we are simply multiplying it with 2 whenever we left shift anything. So that's why when we are simply doing this, so at that moment, when we do AND, and uh, basically here the value was 0, right? So means which I have taken upside, and we are not doing AND with 0, we are simply doing 2 raised to power 0, and when we are having counter value as 3, so when it's 3 and we are simply doing AND with this, so what we will be getting is as 1. And now the when is not equals to 0, it is the non-zero value. So simply we would be pushing that particular value in our temp. Means whatsoever is at that position means nums of 0, it will be simply pushed to the temp. And nums 0 is 1 here. So at this moment, we will be simply pushing here 1. So it will be here. Now when j equals to 1, at that moment, when we are left shifting it, so it will be simply 2 raised to power 1, which is equal to 2. And the binary representation of this 2 is this, means it is this, and the binary representation of 3 is this. When we do AND, then it comes out to be 10, which is not equal to 0. So that's why whatsoever would be at the position 1 in our array, means basically here, which is 2, so it will be simply pushed to the temp. So now we are having 1 and 2. Now comes the part when j equals to 2, because our count j is simply from j0 to 2. So when j is equal to 2, at that moment we will be left shifting 1 with 2. So it will be simply 2 raised to power 2, which is equals to 4. And now the counter is 3, and the value of 4 is like this, and value of 3 is like this. When we do AND, it will be simply 0. So at that moment, nothing would be pushed to our temp, and the value which was earlier in our temp, that is 12, it will be simply stored to the temp. So like this way, just by using bit masking, what we are doing is we are simply left shifting it, basically setting that particular bit and doing AND with the counter, and counter simply represents at particular position of that particular array, whatsoever would be there, we need to push that into it. So that's why we are simply running our loop from counter 0 to the size of the power set, that is 2 raised to power n. We have also done it here also, means this one left shifted by n. This simply means 2 raised to power n. And by doing all this, we will be storing at that particular moment what should be there in our temp. And then for removing those duplicate values, we are simply maintaining a set. And in this set, we would be storing vector of int. Basically, our temp is also of the type vector int. So that's why we will be storing in our scene set this temp. First, we will checking is it there already or not. If it is not there, then we will be simply pushing it to our answer vector of vector basically, and then we will be also adding it to our set. And why we are adding to set also, that whenever again this particular vector will come, then it would enter into this if condition, and at that moment it won't be pushed into this answer vector of vector, and that's why duplicates will be simply discarded. So this is how this algorithm will work. And if I take one more example for more clarification, so let's take example 1 and 2 only. Means when our array is having value 1 and 2, so at that moment our counter will be simply going, counter's maximum value will be simply 2 raised to power 2, that is 4. And as we need to go from 0, so it will be going only till 3. So now our counter value and its representation basically is whatever means our subsets which need to be there, that we need to fill. So 0, 1, 2, and then 3. Your representation could be this. It will be this. So this will be the binary representation of our counter, and here it will be an empty set. 0, 1 here. It will be 2. It will be 1. And here both of them will recite. So if we take example, then our counter is equal to say 2, right? So at this moment, let's go from J0 to 1 because we are having n equals to 2. So at this moment, we will be having simply counter. We need to check for this formula only. Counter. One left shift J. So at this moment, our counter value is 2, which could be represented as 1 and 0. And our G value is 0 at present. So it will be simply 2 raised to power 0. Means it will be 0 here. So when we do AND of both, we will be getting 0. So at this moment, the first value, that is nums of j, won't be pushed into a temp. Our temp will be empty. Then at next moment, when j equals to 1, our counter value is presently 2, which is written as this. And when we do AND with this, basically it will be 2 raised to power 1, that is equal to 2. And then we will do AND, it will be 1, 0. And it will be equal to this only, that is a non-zero value. So at this moment, we will be pushing temp dot push back, and at this moment, nums of it was 1. So at this moment, whatever value would be there at one position, that is 0 and then 1. So at this moment, temp will be having 2 in it. And so this is how it will be simply working. And if we want to do it in other two languages, that is Java and Python, the logic will be same. only some syntactical changes, that is, in the case of vector, we are simply using list and we need to initialize it also, and for set also we need to initialize it. And earlier we have simply sorted this, means arrays dot sort nums, where we were simply using this sort nums dot begin, nums dot end. Basically sorting is also required, that makes the solution of n log n, and it by this simply doing this 2 raised to power n, till 2 raised to power n size, and then in Java only everything is same as it was in C++, and for the set, rather than using count, we are using contains, and instead of insert we are using add, and everything else is same. And for Python we are using like this, means for loop we are going from max n range 1 left shifted by n, basically 2 raised to power n, and we are using this list. And again for I in range n, means all the elements, and then we are checking for the bit which is set or not. If it is equals to 1, then we need to put that particular integer into our subset. And then if we find that it is in our set, then we need to add into our table also and into our set also, and at the end we are simply returning this. So this is how this will be working. And wow, recording is